lately. But journey mindset is one of the things that really helped me as a leader. Because I was a destination leader, as you recall, somebody who was very focused on getting to where they want to go. So how do you learn to change that mindset? So there was a period of time, as I said, when our agency began to grow and really do well. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't really know how to do this. That's one of the things you will learn in your career, that everything you do for the first time feels scary. And especially when you step up in leadership, it feels difficult, and it should. Because if you're doing things that are really easy and similar to what you've been doing, you're not growing. You're not stretching. And so I remember thinking to myself a lot while our agency was growing, I don't really know what I'm doing. That's that imposter syndrome, right? I know you've already probably experienced that in your life. You certainly will in business. You can't allow that to dominate your thinking, though. That's a negative narrative in your head that does not serve you well. And I will tell you a story of how I learned how to manage that and how I learned the essence of the journey. Here we started, I started my kitchen table, as Rick said, and by about, that was, I would say in the early 2000s, we started growing the company. It began to build up. And in about 2008, which was during one of the big recessions that we had in our lifetime, that was when things started to go downhill for most people in business. But believe it or not, that was a period of time when we really began to rapidly grow. And at that time, we were probably about 12 or 15 people, and we started growing hand over fist, just do. We went from like 15 people to 30 to 50 to 70. I mean, just each year it was exponential growth. And anytime you're a part of a rapidly growing organization, you begin to learn that you don't have enough people, you don't have enough resources, the systems don't work anymore, the processes don't work anymore, everything you kind of wrote out on the back of a napkin doesn't work anymore because you outgrew it, and you outgrew it so fast. And I remember that my people, especially my senior leadership team, they would run into my office with these problems, and they would literally be wringing their hands saying, Elise, we have this problem, and we don't know what to do. And it was sort of like they took this big lump of clay that was a problem, and they just went splat right on my desk. Here's this problem. What are we going to do? And I remember they would run in and say these things to myself, and I would think, I have no idea. But I think I'm supposed to know, right? I'm the boss. Doesn't the boss have the answers? The leader is supposed to know, but I don't know. So you would have this conflicting feeling of you want to solve the problem, but you really don't know the answer because we'd never been here before on our journey. And that is a dark place to be. If you've ever had self-doubt, that is a dark place to be, and especially if you're in charge. Have you ever been in charge of a class project or a group project or maybe something in your club or something in your life outside of school where you were in charge but you didn't really know what to do? That's a scary place to be. And I remember thinking to myself, well, okay, I think I just need to just stand up and wave my arms and say, here's what we're going to do. And if you say it with a lot of confidence, everyone will go scatter and do it, and then you can figure out if that was the right thing to do or not. And I thought, no, that's not really me. I don't think I want to do that. And I thought, well, you could say, well, we'll just think about it and decide later, but then the moment has passed and maybe you missed an opportunity, but if you don't have enough information, how do you decide? You're just having all this agony in your mind of what to do. And I learned something really crucial at that time, and it was learning to say this. What I said to my people was, I don't know, but I'm not going to end the sentence there. I'm going to do whatever it takes to find out. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to say, I don't know, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to find out. And the best leaders invite all of their people to help them. They say, let's figure it out together. Let's figure it out the right and best solution for us, because it may not be what somebody else over here is doing. You may need a unique solution to come up with the right answer. And I remember at that time when I said that, and of course they kind of look at you with shock because they're thinking, you're supposed to know. And I said, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to find out. And I knew in my mind what it was. It wasn't that I wasn't working hard enough. It wasn't that I wasn't smart enough. I was all those things. It's that I had a gap of knowledge There were certain things I didn't know about how to build and scale a company. How could I know that? That my journey had not taken me to that point before. Here I was in this state of great uncertainty, and I didn't know what to do. That was really scary. But you know what I did? I researched programs that taught entrepreneurs how to scale their companies. And so I did. I found one. It was a week-long executive education at Dartmouth in Hanover, New Hampshire. And I remember going up there in November of that year, which is not a good time to go to New Hampshire. But I didn't go to do anything fun. I went to go into that learning experience because I had this burning platform, which is my company is going to fall apart if I can't figure out how to lead it and how to grow and how to learn the things that I need to know to help us succeed. Because the worst thing in my mind would be, what if our business fell apart like a house of cards when things were going so well? Whose fault would that be? Mine. So I went off to Dartmouth for this class. Week long, it was sort of like this, classroom setting, and of course not in the beautiful Colorado mountains, but there were entrepreneurs from all different walks of life and different industries. We were all gathered there together, and every day they would have these professors that would stand up in front of you and they would teach you about all these different things. And I remember just like absorbing everything, and I was one of those geeky students that was like near the front row every day. And I had my laptop out and I have long fingernails, so I was typing away like this, typing away. And I remember the second day, this guy leads over to me and he said, "What are you writing down?" And I looked at him and I said, "Everything that's coming out of the mouth of that guy up the front. What are you doing over here, taking a nap?" Because I thought, how could they not be absorbing it all? He was just kind of sitting back in his chair, But I thought to myself, he may not have this same panicky feeling I have, which is if I don't figure out how to lead, my company will suffer.